So, I hope this is good lighting. There. I'm just gonna stay like this the whole time. Hey love bugs! What is up? How are ya? You have a new kitchen background. Ah, yes. Love it. This video today, you guys, is about macros.
And love bugs. Why do you call people love bugs anyway?
Because I like the name. I think it's a term I've been doing it for my YouTubers. Okay, so I already had a little intro filmed with my Boo Bear. It was at school, but I can't leave Rylan out of 2 videos in a row. So you have no idea what macros are?
No, not 100% not.
Rylan's got some macro-friendly food going on. Greek yogurt.
Does go up HB.
For all your
Go
food.
on the yogurt aisle.
Are you gonna watch this back with me so you can learn about macros? My last one. But anyways, this video, you guys, today is about counting macros and just the basics of macros, what it is. I will go a little bit in depth, but not too in depth because I want to keep this short and sweet and simple for you guys. I am still writing down everything in my trusty little planner, journal, and it keeps it easier for me to explain my topics and not get too scatterbrained. It's like we're in high school English all over again. You're gonna do an overview, those 3 main points, and then sum it all up in that closing paragraph and make sure everyone understands it, even myself. So, you guys. So, I hope this is good lighting. There. I'm just gonna stay like this the whole time. But, kitchen workout coming to you next. But really, probably, truly, I would do something like that. So, you guys, counting macros. I started counting macros 6-7 months actually into my gym life. Previously, before I started counting macros, you guys, I just cleaned up the shitty food that I was eating and I started getting into a gym routine. Nothing fancy, didn't overdo it. I tell everyone, start simple, eliminate the bad foods first before you get all in over your head and start tracking stuff, because you're gonna get so freaking confused and it's gonna be overwhelming and you're not gonna wanna stick with the gym life, eating healthy, if you're just discouraged over doing something as can be hectic or controlling sometimes. Or counting macros is amazing, you guys. It helps you meet your goals way quicker because it gives you an understanding of the amount of food that you need to eat, obviously, but it can also be very controlling, especially if you're in a cutting stage and, you know, sometimes you hit your macros way too early in the day. If I'm being honest, you guys, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes when you're just now counting macros, you don't understand how many macros are going to be in certain foods, and if you forget to, I don't know, plug in your food before you eat it or don't plan it out at the beginning of your day, then you'll hit your macro cap at like 8 o'clock at night and be up till 11 freaking starving there in bed, and that's no fun, you guys. So you get the hang of it the longer that you go on, but it can also feel like very controlling if you are out to eat with your friends and you don't know what you can eat, what's gonna be bad for your macros, or I don't know, like, you know, it's good and it's bad. But when you first start counting macros, you guys, it can definitely be freaking overwhelming. So maybe I should do a video on that. I kind of have a video on that. If you go back, I have something about like tracking your food or something like that. I don't know. When I got the hang of counting macros, you guys, and I didn't make the mistakes that I'm going to talk about in just a minute, once I got those mistakes figured out, and I saw so many good results in my body. I was either building muscle the correct way or I lost fat like the correct way much quicker, and it was just a life changer. And yeah, that's why I like counting macros. It's way easier than counting calories, because when you count calories, you guys, you may not be eating the most nutritious whole food for your body. You maybe have something like donuts. Yeah, sure, it fits your macros. I did a video on this for the balance video. I kind of always touch on macros, but it's just nice to be aware of the food that you're eating. So when you're counting macros, you guys, it's super simple. I'm going to show you guys what I use to track it. You're going to be using a nutrition label. You can either look at that manually and just like plug it down, write it down in a little journal like a girl, or use an app. An app makes everything better. But you will always know if it has a nutrition label on it, you guys. You will always know what your macros are. Okay, so to start it all off, you guys, what are macros? Macros is just a more accurate way to keep track of the food that you're intaking to either maintain your current weight, lose fat in a cutting stage, or gaining muscle or weight by eating in a surplus during a bulking stage, okay? So when you are tracking macros, you guys, you are tracking your protein, your carbs, and your fat. You're not just worried about calories only. I love counting macros because you really get to see where your food is coming from. You can make sure that it's like nutritious, whole, and healthy. You know, you start to learn more about good fats versus trans fat and complex carbs versus simple carbs and all that jazz. So it really helps you realize what you're actually putting into your body and how like one freaking meal can just like eat up all your macros for the day if you're eating something totally unhealthy and gross for your body. So when you're tracking macros, it's going to be way easier to reach your goals. And the first things first, you guys, when you need to figure out how to count your macros or what your macros are, there's tons of good websites. There is If It Fits Your Macros. I use the Katie Hearn Fit website. She has a macro calculator on there. So the three main things that you are counting when you count macros with your protein, you guys. Protein is what's going to help you feel satiated. It's going to help you feel full longer and will help build that muscle. Is the big protein synthesis, all that stuff, you guys. That is your big gains maker. You got to have protein, okay? And then you have carbs, and carbs is going to give you energy. It is what's going to push you through a workout, make sure that you're not feeling totally depleted throughout the day, and just like, you know, give you energy to live life. And I don't understand why people don't eat carbs, because carbs are not the enemy, and I love them. So you either have simple or complex carbs, you guys. Your simple carbs, some of the ones that I eat right after a workout, are going to be brown sugar or honey or fruit. And then you have your complex carbs. They're going to be more nutritious for you. They're going to be higher in fiber. Some examples of the ones that I eat, whole grains, you know, like rice, oats, veggies, stuff like that. And then you have your fats, you guys. You want to stay away from trans fats. You want to have fats in your diet. It is good for you. I've been over all this before, you guys, but you want to have some avocado oil, some grass-fed butter, some olive oil, avocado. Did I just say that? Stuff like that, you guys. You want to make sure that you have all three of these different macros in your diet, because if not, your body could be affected. If you don't have enough protein in your diet, you guys, you could be losing muscle instead of losing fat like you want, which ultimately is going to slow down your metabolism, which you do not want to happen, because then it's just going to make it freaking complicated to meet your goals, your fitness goals, right? And if you don't have carbs in your diet, you're going to be freaking hangry all the time, I'll tell you that. And you're just going to have low energy and not be able to like push through your workouts or your day effectively, and you're not going to be a happy person. And then of course, if your diet is low in fats, you guys, that can lead to hormone imbalance. You need to have fats in your diet. You need to have all of these things to feel fully satiated at each meal, but especially food, you guys, nutrition. That is how you're going to lose weight. That is how you're going to gain muscle. It's how you're going to reach all your fitness goals. And when people want to know from me, how the heck do I lose my love handles? How do I whatever, you got to freaking make sure your diet is right. And that is why I started counting macros. When I first started counting macros, you guys, I had no idea what I was doing. I just plugged in on the thing. I want to gain muscle. Of course, duh, gains, that's what I want, right? But I didn't understand that you were going to put on fat when you increased your carbs, because I had no idea how many more carbs I was about to eat. I found it really hard at first to get all the carbs in and the protein that they wanted me to eat. I had to find better sources for fats and stuff like that, and not just like waste all my fats on peanut butter in the morning. So at first, I actually just posted about this. I'll show a picture, kind of the difference of my bulk now between my first bulk. I hadn't been doing any cardio. The first time I was bulking, I was unknowingly bulking. I didn't really do enough research about macros. I just kind of started it, winged it, and I noticed that my progress was actually digressing because I had been in the gym for 7 months prior to that, and I was looking pretty good, and I had no idea that you had to be like super lean. Not super lean, but I definitely needed to cut more before I started adding in all these freaking carbs and trying to gain muscle, because fat was going on top of the muscle. And I felt stronger, but my physique did not look better. It wasn't looking like how it was supposed to, so I figured that out real quick. I did a little reversal and started cutting again. I lost an additional 20 pounds before I started bulking again. And this bulk, you guys, I've seen a lot better results. I'm still figuring it all out. I have slowly upped my carbs. I didn't do it all at once like I did the first time. And of course, I'm still trying to figure out how much cardio to add in to keep my heart healthy, and then also kind of keep my waist a little bit like as slim as I can get it, because your girl, her weight goes all to her waist. Typically, that's where it shows, I should say. I feel like I'm gonna see a really good like definition and muscle under some of this fluff, and your girl's not even done bulking yet, so I'm super excited to see the results of that. And then of course, there was a period, you guys, where I was maintaining my macros. When you are counting macros just to maintain your current physique, it will give you those macros to maintain that. So you're not eating in a surplus, you're not eating in a deficit, you're just completely maintaining your body, okay? And I feel like that's like a good, happy, healthy thing. Like if you don't have any specific goals to be reaching, then maintenance level, you guys, always good. So anyways, love bugs, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope that you learned something from it. As always, I will probably do a more in-depth video, you guys, about macros. If you still have specific questions and you don't understand what I just explained, then let me know, because I can always do better at explaining things, I'm sure. So try to keep it simple and to the point, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. This cat is scratching at the thing in the background. Can you guys hear her? She wants.
Thank you for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. Give it two, please.
And
please.
don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.
If you give any of the videos a thumbs down, I'm gonna be
mad. All right, say goodbye. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye.
No, don't. Bye, guys.